Squad.
I ain't never had shit, nigga. I grew up and got this motherfucking bag. Now I'm feeling myself for real. All this money on me got me feeling myself. All this drip on me got me feeling myself. All this jewelry on me got me feeling myself. This shit ain't come to me, I had to get it myself. Yeah. All this money on me got me feeling myself. All this drip on me got me feeling myself. All this jewelry on me got me feeling myself. This shit ain't come to me, I had to get it myself. Yeah. Smoking on that gas, I know it's bad for my health. These niggas ain't trying to help, they down for themselves. I used to be broke, had to get it off the shelf. I used to be broke, now I call myself well. Yeah. I'ma buy a bottle and you know it's not a problem. I order up a room, baby, let's hop in the shower. Lil' baby, she a model and she suck it like a bottle. Lil' baby, she a swallow, she ain't even got a goggle. Yeah. Used to be broke back in the days, working for minimum wage. See you stuck in your ways. You don't even like getting paid. See, ain't got time for that. Don't even got time to rap. Stop all that line count. I'm running to the money itself. All this money on me got me feeling myself. All this drip on me got me feeling myself. All this jewelry on me got me feeling myself. This shit ain't come to me, I had to get it myself. Yeah. All this money on me got me feeling myself. All this drip on me got me feeling myself. All this jewelry on me got me feeling myself. This shit ain't come to me, I had to get it myself. Yeah. Money, 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 money. I gotta get to the cheddar. Left some money on the dresser, baby, you can have whatever. Her feet gon' be softer than feathers. Babe, you know it ain't no pressure. Finessing these niggas. I ran up a check on these niggas. Fuck it, I'm out on the grind. I heard my life on the line. Looking and dodging the crime. Looking like a dollar sign. Mama asked was I'm fine. I told mom I'm straight. She said keep doing what you doing. You on board, keep skating. Why these niggas wanna hate? Cause I'm getting to the cake. Just moved out of state. Putting food on my plate. Drippin', I got lots of sauce. Tired of hearing these niggas mouth. Running sack up in the loft. Got the bag, now I'm taking off. All this money on me got me feeling myself. All this drip on me got me feeling myself. All this jewelry on me got me feeling myself. This shit ain't come to me, I had to get it myself. Hey. All this money on me got me feeling myself. All this drip on me got me feeling myself. All this jewelry on me got me feeling myself. This shit ain't come to me, I had to get it myself. Hey.
Yo, we back again, another hot Monday.
What's going on?
Well, actually, stormy Monday, ain't it?
Yeah, it's bad out there.
Yeah.
Hopefully y'all can hear us. A lot of power been going out. I already done seen a few streets where the power done went out. So.
Shit, like I told you, the power went out here for a minute. I thought we weren't going to be able to do the podcast. I was like, oh, shit. It's a bad day for us today. But God said, no, you are doing the podcast, and look what we're doing now. Hey, man, we appreciate y'all tuning in. You already know what you tuned into. The S.P.I.L.L Over. Yes, where we do this every Monday, Tuesday, and Friday. But, man, we got a lot of stuff to talk about, as usual. A lot of controversy shit.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of, some sports, life, politics, investments, learned.
For those of y'all that's been listening with that investing, y'all had a good day today. I want to say that.
Oh, God.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to get into that later. We're going to get into that later. We're going to get into that later. That's if you were listening to what we was telling y'all. See, we get y'all good advice sometimes. Man. Get y'all good advice, too. And shout out to Reggie trying to be like me, eating on every episode.
Oh, man.
That he
Dry
grubbing there. That's how y'all was doing. What did Drake eating?
Dry snitching.
Hey, y'all get a prize if y'all can guess what Reggie eating today. It don't count if you live with him. All right. All right, we're going to get into some shit. Right now, we just going to take a little break, play some little music. Here go that, my dog, Chip Swag, Gorillas.
How many niggas you know got the studio in the wheel?
With another one.
Swag up, nigga, swag up, nigga, swag up, nigga. Untamed gorillas. Untamed gorillas. Swag up, nigga, swag up, nigga. Niggas know what it is, man. Know what it is, man. Yeah. Look. R.I.P. to them untamed gorillas. On swag. Keep it swag, nigga. Tell me who is realer. I ain't gon' cap swag. I coulda kept it triller. No cap. I ain't gon' lie, nigga. You got me in my feelings. Really though. R.I.P. to them untamed gorillas. Oh God. Keep it swag, nigga. Tell me who is realer. I ain't gon' cap swag. I shoulda kept it triller. No cap. I ain't gon' lie, nigga. You got me in my feelings. Really though. Take it back to like 06. No cap. When the swag was on go shit. Look, no, we really wasn't on shit, but watch how you approach shit and we'll take your bitch. Look, then we fell out by my old bitch. That's crazy. Truth be told, it was some hoe shit. For really. We had that heart to heart, we know this. We was young, not moving as one, but that's some old shit. Let me swag, nigga, let me get this off. I would be lying if I ain't miss my dog. I'm so mad I gotta write this song. Look, I wouldn't be crying if I ain't fuck with y'all. Look, free PAT, hope I don't miss this call. Look, R.I.P. Big Ed, that's my fucking dog. Look, R.I.P. Nick, I'm taking this shit hard. Look, I wrote this song cause I'm stuck with y'all. Look, R.I.P. to them untamed gorillas. On swag. Keep it swag, nigga. Tell me who is realer. I ain't gon' cap swag. I coulda kept it triller. No cap. I ain't gon' lie, nigga. You got me in my feelings. Really though. R.I.P. to them untamed gorillas. Oh God. Keep it swag, nigga. Tell me who is realer. I ain't gon' cap swag. I shoulda kept it triller. No cap. I ain't gon' lie, nigga. You got me in my feelings. Really though.
How many niggas you know got the studio in the wheel?
Yo,
What's
All right.
up?
we live, we back. Shout out to Chip. Thank you for sending that in, bro. We gonna touch on a little bit of sports. Now earlier, well, what'd you say? What's the beef?
Well, we got the beef between Damian Lillard, Patrick Beverly, and Paul George. So for those of y'all that follow sports, y'all know last year when Paul George and OKC, Damian Lillard sent him home. Him and Russell Westbrook, and then he sent him home.
The three,
Yeah.
damn near at the half court
right on Paul George.
by the fucking.
Paul George called it a bad shot that he kind of threw up. Dame said, I do it all the time, so ain't nothing bad about it. It's routine for me. So you fast forward to this year, Paul George now in the Clippers. You know, they number 2 in the West. Dame still on Portland. They fighting to get into
Now
the playoff.
Dame got that in the range shot, in the gym shot. Like that nigga, a lot of people be doubting his shot. Him and Curry, top tier.
He in the Northwest. The only difference is Curry is more consistent. You know, nobody ever seen. The only thing with Curry is he shoot like that, and he more consistent than anybody has ever shot like that. Nobody has ever taken the type of shots, the distance, and hit him at the clip that he hit. If he just shot like regular shots, man, ain't no telling what his percentage would be. But back to Dame and Paul George. So they just played each other. A lot of people felt like that the Clippers was trying to give Portland the game, which they ended up losing because they rested Kawhi and they took Paul George out down the stretch. Because a lot of people are saying that it's pretty much known that the Clippers want the Lakers to have to play Portland because they don't want them to have that easy ride going against the Grizzlies and John Morant and them who been getting their ass kicked in the bubble since they showed up. Oh, my God. And they just had some injuries to one of their top 3 players. So Came down late in the game. Paul George on the bench not coming in. Kawhi didn't play the whole game. Damian Lillard got a chance to, pretty much, I ain't going to say just win the game, but, really take it over. And he had 2 free throws, okay? And he missed both of them late in the game. And then the Clippers bench started laughing hysterically. And then they all started pointing at their wrists and smacking their wrists, saying, Dame time, Dame time, Dame time. So in the press conference, Dame was kind of, he ain't like that. So he addressed it, and he like, man, Paul George just mad, because last year we sent him home. Patrick Beverly, I get him every time we play. That's all that was. And they came back on Twitter, and Paul George was like, hey, you mad because you're getting sent home this year. And then Patrick Beverly was like, yes, Lord. And he was like, everybody on 3. 1, 2, 3, Cancun. Then Dame came back again, and he was like, hey, you always team hopping, et cetera, et cetera. So now here we are. Everybody taking sides on who they with on the beef. You with Dame, you with Paul George, and Pat Bev.
Okay, so Pat Bev, he's known for talking shit like that. Like,
oh, yeah. Oh, I forgot this part. And Dame got Patrick Beverly started. It wasn't he just started messing with him. Dame hit a shot on who had a little point guard? Well, I think it was either Landry Shaman or one of the other guys, and he looked over to Patrick Beverly and said, that should have been you. You should be out here. So that's what got it kicked off. Then late in the game, he missed them shots.
Man, I honestly think, okay, so it's probably going to be the Portland Trailblazers and the Phoenix Suns in the play-in for the 8th
So
seed.
you think Grizzlies just...
Man, they 0-5.
They finna find...
0-5.
They won the game.
Who? Against who?
The other night. They won. It was like about 3 points.
Okay, so they 1-4. They 1-4, but they need to win the rest of these from here on out to even be in the position. Cause
they already got the spot.
No,
They still in the 8. It's which one of them between Phoenix and the Trailblazers who's gonna get to that 9th spot? Then then the Grizzlies either gotta beat them.
No, that's not how it go. That's not how it go. Grizzlies have to have a good performance in this series, or they lose their 8th seed. Period, bro. And it be, bro. They
still got it right now, though.
I've done my research. The Grizzlies, if they don't win the rest of these games for here, they're only.
I think it's only
the
2
Blazers
games left
only
for
a
them.
half game away from taking the 8th seed from them.
And that's gonna put them in 9th.
That's gonna from taking the 8th seed from them. That's gonna put them in 9th, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, and then the Suns are undefeated so far.
Yeah.
So they're a game away. So they need, if the Suns finish this out 8-0, it's gonna be the Phoenix Suns and the Portland Trailblazers that be in the play-in.
Man, if that happens,
I think it's going.
Just better be happy.
But Jared Jackson got hurt. I mean, all his players, his players are literally on his team are getting hurt and falling out.
Well, when they was all there, they wasn't doing good either. They was still getting smashed.
Yeah, but
I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened.
Be crazy, because I really like the Suns. Like, I like what they ate in Booker.
And the Suns won again today.
Yeah, see,
they beat the Thunder 101 to 128.
I'm telling you, bro.
If you go from having the 8 and them supposed to be fighting for the 9th to being completely to you go to the 10th and
happen.
Somebody else is fighting 8 and 9, that's terrible. That's terrible.
Happen. I'm telling you, it's finna happen. It's definitely finna happen.
Phoenix on a mission.
Yeah, Booker trying to get in his playoffs, man. He trying to see what's up with the Lakers. But if the Blazers, so they try to say the Lakers are worried about the Blazers.
Everybody's saying that they ain't saying that the Lakers would lose to them. They saying that they'd give them a series. They were
just because of the guards. Just because of the guards.
Yeah, they were saying that the Clippers won't Trailblazers.
Who can guard LeBron?
I already told you what you do with LeBron, man.
Oh my God.
You let him do what he gonna do. He gonna teeter out right around.
You let him do what he gonna do. He gonna win the game.
He gonna
What do you
teeter out.
mean?
No. He done had huge stat lines and still lost.
What?
You let LeBron can't score 100-some
Crazy,
points. It's
bro.
not gonna happen. He ain't will.
You
let
crazy.
him go off, and then he ain't even going off right now though, because his shot is off. His shot has been off the entire time.
He been testing it. He been running.
It's been terrible. His free throw, his
the
mid
second-
range,
wait, hold
and
on.
his
The second-
3-point been off.
The first scrimmage game, it was kind of off. The second
No, I'm
scrimmage,
talking about all the real games, all these 8 real games.
But listen, the second scrimmage, he was on. He was hitting threes like a motherfucker. Then the first game against the Clippers, he was getting
he
buckets.
was not getting no
He
buckets.
was getting
bro.
buckets.
He had exactly 20 points, and for the first 3 quarters, I think he had like 8 points. He was.
It don't
getting
matter.
nothing.
But the fourth,
AD was getting
the
buckets.
fourth quarter is when he killed. Okay,
I ain't gonna say killed.
bruh, he won the game. All right,
I ain't gonna say killed.
he
AD
won the game.
won the game.
He won the game.
But AD dropped, I think it was like 42-17.
It don't matter. That
Like,
was in the
two
first
block-
3 quarters.
Without
The fourth-
AD, there is no fourth quarter. AD carried them the whole
Bro,
game.
I understand that. I understand the value of AD, but without LeBron, they're not winning nothing. You're trying to devalue LeBron James, and it's not going to happen, bro.
You trying to up his little couple points?
No, I'm not trying to up it. I'm trying to tell you how important it is for him to even just be in double digits. Like, that little significance is giving everybody else more points, because eventually you got to lock in on LeBron. And if you don't, he's going to score. Them other games, it was people literally trying to guard him. The Blazers, there's not going to be nobody to guard him. Okay? So he's going to dominate. As soon as they put Carmelo on him, he's going to kill
hold on.
Carmelo.
They played before.
He's
and
gonna
it wasn't a good series
kill
for
him.
LeBron.
He's
And
gonna-
Carmelo
bro,
got off on LeBron.
He's
bro.
going to kill LeBron, bro. He's not going to, I mean,
They gonna kill each other.
LeBron going to kill
They gonna
Carmelo,
kill each other. It's
bro.
gonna cancel out. If LeBron tries to guard Carmelo is gonna
No, he's
average
not.
25 points a game. Watch.
LeBron's not going to try to guard Carmelo.
He cannot
because
guard Carmelo.
can be guarded by anybody from 3 and up, simply because
No.
yes, from shooting forward and up, because he turned his game. He's a set shooter now.
Nah, you ain't been
Bruh.
watching him with Portland, bro. They
Bruh.
get him the ball on that high elbow. He just go to work.
I'm
Just like
telling
he
you.
used to. He go to work.
I'm telling you, it's
They
not-
were smart enough not to try to turn him into a set. The
Bruh.
Rockets tried it, didn't work.
Bruh.
OKC tried it, didn't work.
They still use
Portland,
him as
Portland
that.
said, no.
He's barely in the lane because McCullough liked that elbow shot.
They've been allowed. Certain
telling
points in the game, they give him the ball and say, "Go to work,
All
big
right,
dog."
so wait, so you think if Portland?
I'm not saying they're gonna win, but it's gonna be a dogfight series.
Don't
If
say
they
all
don't
this
win,
shit.
it's gonna be a
Don't say-
dogfight series.
You remind me of Chris Bouchard. Say all
No,
this shit about
you got some series
what's
like,
gonna happen.
No, I'm saying
but then say they
you
gonna
got
win.
some series that's easy. Like if they play Memphis, it's a full sweep, easy sweep. LeBron and AD probably don't even play in the fourth quarter.
Who? We never even got this. Who you got winning the championship?
Clippers.
You got the Clippers.
Mm-hmm.
Would you like to make a bet on that?
That the Clippers win or
Yeah.
that the Lakers win? Or you going with the
I'm
Lakers?
going with
and
the Lakers.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Okay.
LeBron,
Okay.
hell yeah.
Okay. Wait. Let's do it like this. Let's not do the championship. Let's coming out the West.
Coming out the West.
Yeah.
All right.
You said the Clippers coming out.
You got the Lakers.
I'm got the Lakers. So
Okay.
when they meet, that's gonna be like the championship
So
for
then
us.
what if they don't meet at all?
They
Like,
are
like,
gonna
what, like
meet.
what if both of them lose? Or what if one of them lose in the second round and then one lose in the third round and somebody else?
Whoever get to the Western Conference Finals wins.
Okay.
All right.
All right. So whoever gets to the Western
All right.
Conference Finals.
And the bet is you gotta buy me whatever dinner I want to eat from Applebee's.
bet. I want the same thing.
And we same thing.
Same thing.
All right, bet.
Y'all all heard that.
Oh man, I like the bourbon chicken and shrimp.
Man,
just so you know.
If you buying, you been doing good in that stock market. I don't know what I'm finna get.
I'm telling you. And I get the 2 for $25.
Nah, man, if they gonna mess around and have to play Portland first. Then if they beat Portland, they gonna have to play the Rockets second. Then if somehow they make it through both of them dogfight series, then they gonna have to play the Clippers,
Bruh.
and that's gonna be a problem.
Clippers got to make it first.
Clippers gonna be all right.
No, they're
They gonna be all right.
This
The
is-
hardest series I see them having
have
to play
never seen-
is not Utah, Denver.
Ever
Denver.
since Kawhi went to Toronto, everybody think like just he can go to a team that first year and they can be successful.
No, I mean for the people that know Kawhi, we all saw what he did before. What's his name? messed up his ankle and he was out of that Golden State series. Him by himself was killing them, and he was locking up. That was probably the last time anybody has ever locked up and got off on KD was in that Spurs Golden State series. That's the only trouble they had.
But what
the
is
whole
that?
playoff.
What does that matter? You know, it's still after the fact that he on the Clippers, right?
Yeah, but I'm saying after that, the year after that, he didn't play because he wanted to leave. Then the year after that, he won a championship, and then this is the year after that.
That's what I'm saying. You think just because
He was in the Western Conference Finals too when that happened.
You think just because he's on the team that they're gonna win?
No, I think him along with Paul George,
Exactly,
along
that's
with
the point.
the best person coming off the bench.
They team chemistry ain't what y'all think it is.
Man, I think it's better than what people think it is.
Nah, bro, I don't think so. I don't think it is what it is.
I don't think the Lakers is.
In a season they never really had each other. It was this group was winning, all right, then somebody was gone, then this group was winning, all right, somebody was gone. Now they finna have all the egos on one court, but it's not gonna be the same as everybody think it is.
I don't know if any of them got egos. They're just all dogs.
Bruh.
Like none of them know where they've been has ever been known for having egos.
Not
Pat, not Montrez, not Lou, not Paul,
Pat,
not Kawhi.
Pat doesn't bring the dog every day. Sometimes he leaves the dog on the leash.
When?
Bruh.
Pat Beverly?
Yes.
Man, that's how he made his name in the league.
Sometimes he leaves the dog on the leash. And I'm not saying he don't be aggressive. He overdoes it sometimes.
And put himself in foul trouble and make himself a non-factor.
And once he becomes that non-factor, guess who's gonna get mad? But it's not gonna say something. But guess who gets mad and does say something?
Ooh.
Paul George is gonna say something. Kawhi is gonna be quiet about it. All
I
right,
don't know, man. All his teammates say he talks to the team. He just don't talk to the media. They all say that.
bruh. I'm talking about quiet as in
He ain't gonna get on the microphone and say it. That's
no. I don't think he has the. I know he's not quiet. Nobody's. You're not going to talk to everybody. But when you and your team, even though when you on the team, he seems like one of them. Bro, I'm just trying to play. Let's just play. You know what I mean? He'll say, all right, but let's just play. But Paul George, he has a known record of getting frustrated at teammates, trying to do it his. Yes,
what teammates?
He did it with Westbrook. He did it with
Westbrook was tripping.
He did it with what's he with who's the tall dude that played for the Pacers?
Roy Hibbert.
He did it with Hibbert. He did it with Granger. He did it with all of them because he was trying to be the superstar of that team.
He was though.
He became superstardom in the playoffs when they was playing.
Roy Hibbert just shut down. He needed somebody in his ass. Danny Granger, you remember?
But this is
he
what
got
I'm
hurt,
saying.
He was never the same.
This is what I'm saying. He was playing with them guys for a couple years to address it like that.
Is that an ego to say what's actually true though?
Hey,
Westbrook, you remember he got into that one-on-one with Ricky Rubio. He took like 50 shots.
You can say stuff to certain people even though it's true, but still they get mad and act a certain way because they don't like to hear shit about themselves.
Yeah, but do you think that mean that he got a bad ego because he telling you the honest truth?
But it don't matter what he say.
So you
it matters who he say it
so
to.
you saying the Clippers ain't as mentally tough as people want to make them out
I don't
to be.
think they
You
are.
don't think they are?
No, because they never been in the playoffs together. Regular season is totally different.
They all have. They just never been in there with Kawhi and Paul George. Everybody else been on that team.
They never been exactly. So when they were a playoff team before they came there last year, what they were known for what? Moving the ball around and togetherness, and then who was their top scorer?
It was Tobias Harris till he got traded.
It was Lou Williams.
Then it became Lou.
It was Lou Williams. Okay,
it was
and now he's the one coming off. And now he's the one coming off the bench, right? Right.
But he came off the bench last year too.
He always comes off the bench. He has no problem with it. But when they're down and he comes off the bench and he's used to doing what he usually do, but then this time they're down and Paul George out there, he like, Lou, we don't need you to shoot all them damn shots. I'm out here with you.
Oh no, I ain't seen that, man. I ain't seen that. When Lou come in,
it ain't
Lou
happened
still
yet
do his thing.
because they're not anxious to win. It's gonna be the playoff mentality. Is a whole different mentality. You don't win 4, guess where you go?
You going to the crib.
You going to fuck home, man. And they all have a chip on their shoulder because they got something to prove.
That franchise has a chip on his shoulder.
That's
from the owner
that's
on
the
down.
problem.
That whole franchise
that's the problem.
got a chip.
And the difference with the Lakers is LeBron James is the only one who's really eager to win, right?
But that's a problem, though.
That's not
LeBron
a problem.
only wins when his second guy is a dog. AD's not a dog. He's a
wait,
talented player. He's not a dog.
That's a good thing, because the good thing about it is LeBron is the general of his team, and his teammates will fall, dive, do anything. If LeBron get mad, they take his criticism. He's like the legit Captain America on that fucking
he the
team.
leader. None of them are leaders on that team except him.
Exactly. So he's leading them to battle. All right. As long as he show up, they gonna show up, because they can't.
Well, we got to see the playoff, because LeBron has a really bad habit, and people from other franchises do not like his passive aggressive so-called leadership. They don't like it. They don't like his subliminal call-outs after game, his cryptic tweets and stuff.
He not gonna
People
do
don't
none of
respond
that.
to that.
He not
We
gonna
don't
do
know
none
yet.
of that.
When LeBron start being in a tough situation,
he not gonna
start
do that.
doing shit, and you be like, man, why would you do that?
Nah, he tell the truth, just like how you said.
But he don't say it direct, though. Like I always told you, I love when somebody is direct with me. LeBron, like I said, everybody knows LeBron is passive aggressive and cryptic with how he tell people things.
I'm telling you, bro, it's gonna get ugly in this playoffs.
I'm telling you. And then he already done said about some, we got some stuff, we dealing with that's, off the court. And like, why are you even saying that? You know what I'm saying? Getting shit already. You trying to gear it all, your way already. That ain't stuff you supposed to say. That's stuff people supposed to find out after the year or after the team done broke up. It comes out later what was going on. People want to get out. People want to dry snitch on. People want to say Michael Jordan was dry snitching on The Last Dance. He talked about back in the 80s, 30-some years ago, his teammates, they said, hey, was your teammates really the cocaine people? And he was like, hey, man. That was the name they had. He's like, I can tell you this. I walked in and I ain't naming nobody. Everybody doing everything. That's what I'm saying. People say he dry snitching 30 years later. LeBron dry snitching real time.
He don't dry snitch.
We got problems going on right now. Who even knew that? How would anybody know if you don't say it? Why would you even say that? You trying to get people to say, well, they might have some issues going on. Maybe that's why if they don't win, they didn't win. They had a lot of locker room issues.
Maybe no. Okay, so what press conference are you referring to where he said we have problems?
Not the last game he played, but I want to say like the game before that, because he sat out a game. He sat out like a game or two in between when he said it. But yeah, he definitely said, you can look up LeBron James. We have off the court issues. It was a whole big thing. Everybody talked about it all week. What do you think he means by that? And a lot of people said he's trying to gird.
No, he's not. He's trying to tell you they miss their fucking family.
Ah, man.
He's the speaker for the team. If you got, brother, they been there for hellas, and they are missing their people. If they having off the court issues, that's all it is, bro. Because what off the court do they have but a hotel? There's nothing off the court to even be justifying. Then, hey, man, I miss my family. And I'm not going to address it like that. But everybody on the team missing their family and shit just happening right now.
I think he ruled out the bubble thing. I'm finna look it up and see.
He ruled out what bubble thing?
That didn't have nothing to do with the bubble.
Bro. It has everything to do with the bubble. It has everything. This is not a normal situation for any of them. Like, they're literally there for months, and all they can do, it's like basically like they at war. You know what I'm saying? Or like they playing overseas. Some of them cats ain't got no pussy.
His exact quote is, now he agreed and said that the Lakers were looking for a rhythm on offense. It didn't happen. Then he said, it's just some things you can't control that's here that I really don't want to talk about that's off the floor. He said there's some issues they got that's here with them in the bubble that he really don't want to talk about that's off the floor.
What?
That's what he said. Look, that's his look. This is his quote. That's what he said.
What was the question?
What was the question they posed?
Because
that sounds like,
because they making it sound like this nigga just brought that up.
No, that he was saying,
hey,
what,
I'm not gonna tell
no,
y'all
they
nothing
was
else.
asking him, what do he think what do he think the issue was? Are they still looking for a rhythm on offense? And he did say that they were looking for a rhythm on offense. Because, in the bubble, they've been shooting like 25% from
been
three.
shooting horrible.
Like 50% from free throws. So they was like, well, y'all still looking for a rhythm? Like, what you think going on? Then he said, yeah, we still looking for a rhythm. And then he started talking about the off-the-court stuff. That's how that came up. That's what I'm saying. He brought it up. It was not a question.
It has to do with the bubble, bruh.
I don't know. He said it was off the floor, and it's here. What's
The
here?
bubble. They're there. It's here. We're here. And I ain't got no pussy in like 2 months.
Hey, they ain't been there that long. They only been there like 3 weeks.
3 weeks? They've been playing for 3 weeks.
That's what I'm saying.
They've been
They
playing.
came like a week or two early.
No, they had to
Where'd they
quarantine.
come?
They had to quarantine for 14 days before even coming out the bubble.
Because they had to make their announcement by the end of June. Then they had to report, I think, by June 12th.
They've been in there since July, the beginning of July.
July 12th.
They've been in there since the beginning of July. So it's been about a month.
Month and a half or so. Getting to a month and a half.
And these millionaires ain't got no pussy in a month. These niggas, why you think Lou went to go get some wings at a strip club? He wanted to see some pussy.
That's his favorite restaurant.
No, he wanted to see some pussy too. He wanted to see all that.
They known for having the
And
greatest
that's
wings.
another thing. The Clippers are not focused, bruh. They not. They not focused, man. I think the only teams for real that's taking this shit serious is the ones that's like low in the seeding. Cause the Suns, they playing like
The Suns are playing amazing.
Every game is a
them
championship
coming into
game.
this year. The talent they had, I like the coach and what he brought. I feel like he got kind of bullshit at his last job, but I love what Bonnie Williams brought.
Bonnie. Why you think he got bullshit out of his job?
I don't think he should have lost it.
Not every man is next man up. I'm sorry. There's you talking about with the Sixers
Yeah.
with Brown. Not every man is the next man up. Just because you the assistant coach don't mean you're automatically finna be the head coach.
I ain't saying he should have been the head coach, but
But you
I
just said he got
do
bullshitted out of
think he
it.
should have been head coach. But I think that he felt threatened. You know what I'm saying? That Brett Brown felt threatened, and then I think that's what kind of had that relationship kind of because all he did was go and be an assistant coach. I think somewhere else, and then took this job.
So that's why I always tell people: if you think you the next man up, don't piss off the man that's there.
But is it his fault?
If he
It's like
already
if you popular and
but
everybody
if you
around
come out
you talking about you.
But still, if you come out and assume if somebody's coming out and saying, "Hey man, you probably the next you going cuz they need to get him out." I go to
That's your team. Do you feel like that Brett Brown need to go?
yeah, he needs to go. But if you come up to him, he should have came up to him, let him know, "Hey, Brett, I'm on your side, bro. We need to do what we got to do. Let's keep you around." I mean, that needs to be the dialogue because you his assistant coach. That needs to be the dialogue. Now, if he gets fired and the owner says, "I want you to be the coach," hey, that wasn't me, Brett. You know what I mean? I was with you. We was trying to get this thing kicking. I think if he would have just sticked around, it would have ended up like that because he got. When he left, that shows he wanted that head coach job. That lets you know, like,
I mean, but anybody, if that's your career, anybody wants to further their career, though.
Everybody wants to further their career, but sometimes you gotta do stuff the right way. Like if
You don't think that was right?
well, not if he wanted to be that coach. You know what I'm saying?
Well, it may not have been on his mind.
If
to be
he just
that coach.
wanted to be a head coach, he made the right decision. But if he wanted to be the Sixers head coach, he didn't make the right decision. You get what I'm saying? Like, to better his career, he did the right thing. But if he wanted to be in Philadelphia, he didn't do the right thing. He should have.
Well, like you said, maybe he'd have eyes on it. Maybe he told him, like, look, I want to be a head coach. You know, I'm not gunning for your job, but you know what I'm saying? I
don't think it was discussed like that because I heard it was a bad taste with both of them when this situation happened. You know what I'm saying? Brett felt he was trying to take his job or whatever.
I think it was more the media trying to make it like that Monty needed to get his job.
Well,
they've been on Brett ass for a couple
they've been
years
trying
now.
to get Brett fired for a minute. Said it wasn't him, but I really think it's just Ben Simmons and the beat don't work.
I told you that. I said they should have traded for D'Angelo Russell and got a couple other things. He would work a lot better. He's great in the pick and roll. Him and Embiid together. Man.
I think, but that wouldn't be like D'Angelo plays for the Timberwolves. That wouldn't.
Now.
Yeah, but at the top, and then Ben Simmons wouldn't have worked on the Warriors either.
The Warriors got all outside.
Nah, that wouldn't.
The paint would have been open.
They already. Nah, I think because he would have had to been ball dominant, like kind of like LeBron. You know what I mean? And Curry's more of a ball dominant distributor.
I think they would have got him some lobs. They would have got, and Curry don't need the ball. That's what's so great about Curry. He can work with anybody because he don't have to dominate the ball, and neither do Clay. That's why they work with other superstars. But they don't have to dominate the ball.
As soon as they bag up off Ben and then guard all the shooters,
but they not though, because Ben by himself in the inside. I don't think there's nobody that can guard Ben. You might have a chance with AD. You may have a chance with Giannis. But that's really all I see for real. You know what? Who? Maybe Hassan Whiteside. I don't know. You know, if he feel like playing that night. But other than that, you can't stop Ben. But that's the thing. Ben and Joel don't work because they redundant. Both of them can kill you on the inside. The only problem is they both can't be on the inside because it clogs everything up. You put Ben in Golden State where it's like, okay, what you want? You want Ben to kill you on the inside because he's too fast for you. You know what I'm saying? He's too fast for any of your big men. He's too strong for any of your forwards. Or do you want Curry and them to, you know what I'm saying, dot your eyes with all them threes? Like, what do you want? Which way you want to go with it? That would have been the perfect match.
Nah, I don't think so.
And then D'Angelo in that pick and roll with Joel Embiid. Oh, pick and roll, pick and pop. Oh, man.
I think
they'd have worked great. And it would have made sense. Because Ben can't shoot. The Warriors got all shooting. D'Angelo can't shoot. And Joel needs somebody to space the floor and run that pick and roll with him.
I just don't think it would work. It wouldn't work good for Ben. I'm thinking about Ben.
Great for Ben. Ben don't want to shoot, and they don't need him to shoot.
But he want to be the superstar, though.
He will be a superstar, but his way, though.
He ain't gonna be the superstar on that team.
Bro, he gonna be a superstar.
It's still gonna be Curry Town.
He gonna be it was gonna always be Curry Town.
That's what I'm saying. That's why he don't want to. That's why I wouldn't. When you a household name like Ben Simmons, he's a household name.
Ben becoming a household
failure.
Underachiever. Yeah, exactly.
But if he go there, he's gonna say, Curry and them revitalized and saved his career. He don't want that.
But where can he go and work though? Because he got to go somewhere where there's gonna be some shooters.
That's what I was thinking.
Most places, he need to shoot.
Sacramento, Buddy Hill. It's all shooters over there. Sacramento, go.
But they already
him and De'Aaron Fox.
What they gonna trade to get him though? Because you know
him and De'Aaron Fox.
They're gonna trade De'Aaron Fox
for Ben Simmons.
Oh man.
And De'Aaron Fox, I just want him in.
That's what it is.
I just want him in.
That's what it is.
Hey, I like Mark. I thought Markelle Fultz would have been that answer.
He would have until whoever convinced him to change his shot.
They just gave up on him, man. They just gave up. They didn't treat him like they treated Embiid and Ben Simmons. Like,
well, they maybe they thought like with them two, it both took 1 year. So maybe they're like, all right, we'll give them a year, which they did. But after that, they was like, all right, it's taking longer than a year. We through with you. Our patience gone.
And
they want them 1 year
should
wonders.
stick to the process, man. Like they always, like they was saying that Embiid took upon the name, the process.
Yeah, they tanked for a long time to get Embiid, and then they let him sit out that first year, and he came back a beast.
Now, other sports news, I want to get to a comment made by Deion Sanders.
Uh-oh.
He said,
what Prime say?
He said, let me get it right. I'm going off memory, y'all. I ain't got it written down. He said, college kids need to understand that it's the next man up. And going away from, you got it?
No, go ahead. You
that colleges need to understand it's about the next man up. No college is going to wait for you because you want to sit out because of this COVID and everything.
Mm-hmm.
He's basically saying that it's like he's forcing. I'm gonna go to the exact quote. We're gonna go to a song break, and then we're gonna come back with a little bit more sports, and then probably do another music break, and then switch the topic to another question I asked. All right, but here go Zam 2 Turn Love Again. Let's go.
Hey,
What up, Fat Chris?
man, I just cut the grass, and I swear to God, I see a lot of snakes in it. Man, I ain't got no time for you fake niggas. Ain't got no time for you cause I'm my ex, I can't fuck these bitches. I was at home, she out fucking niggas. She all on the phone, text another nigga. She all in my phone, but I ain't text no bitch. Man, that shit got my trust fucked up. I swear I can't love no more. So that bitch, I don't wanna fuck no more. Bitch, we gon' hit the bucket, though. She probably think I don't fucking know. You bitches sleep there, fuck it, bro. She give me a whole check, nigga, when she get it, but you only fuck it, though. That's probably why I ain't love the bitch. She must've thought that I was fucking slow. But I cannot fuck it, go. Cause in my city, you can't trust it, so. That's probably why I can't love again. That's probably why I can't trust it. That's probably why I ride so low, nigga, cause I don't need no fucking friends. Man, I probably won't love again. Man, I probably can't trust again. Everybody show me that they ain't real, so I'm like, fuck a friend. Niggas be on some sucker shit. Niggas be on that buster shit. You niggas be hating on the same niggas that they out thugging with. That's probably why I can't love again. That's probably why I can't trust again. That's probably why I can't fuck with them. That's probably why I'm like, fuck a friend. That's probably why I can't love again. That's probably why I can't trust again. That's probably why I can't fuck with them. That's probably why I'm like, fuck a friend. Man, all of that snake shit, I seen through it. All of that hating shit, I seen through it. I already see what you niggas be doing. Pillow talking to the bitches. Man, this shit is so see-through, nigga. Bet you thought I would see you niggas. Man, I see all that fake shit in the sky. I see that hating shit in your eyes. Man, I probably won't love no more. Probably won't show love no more. Man, I don't give a fuck no more. But you know I can't love no hoe. And I can't show no love to you niggas. See, don't come around me, I can't fucking feature. I don't really need no fucking feature. Man, I don't know why niggas think I need them. Niggas know I don't fuck with them. Niggas know I can't thug with them. Niggas try to fuck me over every single time. I done show love to them. That's probably why I can't love again. That's probably why I can't trust. That's probably why I ride so low, nigga, cause I don't need no fucking friends. Man, I probably won't love again. Man, I probably can't trust again. Everybody show me that they ain't real, so I'm like, fuck a friend. Niggas be on some sucker shit. Niggas be on that buster shit. You niggas be hating on the same niggas that they out thugging with. That's probably why I can't love again. That's probably why I can't trust again. That's probably why I can't fuck with them. That's probably why I'm like, fuck a friend. That's probably why I can't love again. That's probably why I can't trust again. That's probably why I can't fuck with them. That's probably why I'm like, fuck a friend.
Yeah. All right, we back.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so let's go ahead and read that quote that Deion said. Deion Sanders, former Hall of Famer, former cornerback for the Cowboys and the 49ers, the Ravens, everybody. All right.
Okay, so this is what Deion Sanders tweeted out that got everybody, caught him all this blowback. All players opting out in all sports, please believe the game will go on without you. This is a business, and don't you ever forget that. There's no one that's bigger than the game itself. Only the ref, umps, and officials are that important that you can't play without them. Not you. And not you was capitalized with an exclamation point at the end.
All right. Now, everything he said in that statement it's true.
100%.
Everything moves on. All right. But right now, we're in a pandemic. So you cannot be mad at a player because that what he put was like he was representing colleges and was putting it out there like, it's like colleges hit Deion said, hey, I know the kids, if you type this, they ain't gonna opt out because we need to have this season. So he puts out, hey, it's gonna be moving on without you, and you shouldn't opt out. Is basically what he's saying.
Well, it wasn't even just a college. He said any players in any sport.
No, he was talking about colleges because that was the question was about college kids opting out, not playing this year. because he was talking about his son and all that on his tweet. Like, he was talking about his son still going to school and shit like that. Okay, so when you say that, and he may have been talking about NFL players. Yeah, everything's gonna move on, but right now they're in a pandemic. So if the business don't understand that people don't want to risk their family's lives, you can't be mad at them. But like he said, yeah, the business gonna move on. But I don't think he should have said that. Like, coming from a father and all that, that's not something. That's something you should address in your own household. You know what I mean? You should be like, hey, son, you know they gonna move on. You know what I'm saying? That's something you say in your own household. When you a high profile player and you know a lot of college kids look up to you and say, it's probably kids that reverse, they opt out just because of that statement. Like, he right. They just gonna get some. Man, I believe the same thing. I'm like, hey, it's the next man up. Like, that's just how it is. It's some kid that wasn't getting looks that's gonna be like, hey, I don't give a fuck. I'm going to school and I'm gonna do that. And then they might, damn, why weren't we looking at this kid? He hella good. You know what I mean? But
see, and I think that what he was saying, I don't think he mad. I think he just giving people a reality check. Because one thing in society is about sensitivity.
No, I didn't say he was mad.
Excuse me. I'm just saying.
I
You
said somebody's in his pocket.
Yeah, I don't even think it's that. I think he's giving them some real information because, especially in college, like, your college career can be over so fast. Because, okay, say you opt out. So you opt out a year. Okay, somebody come in and take your spot. They do a good job. You don't get your spot back that next year. You can't transfer that year. So now you're 2 years in. So then you transfer because you can't get your spot back. Now you got to sit out another year.
This is the issue, though. You don't have to sit out because the colleges are allowing kids to opt out and still be qualified for the next year. They're still
no. I'm not saying they're going to be qualified. I'm saying you opt out this year, you come back next year. Say somebody actually played and they took your spot. Okay, you don't get it back that next year. Okay, so then you don't get it back that next year, and then say you like, all right, well, I'm gonna have to go to a different school if I want to play.
They don't have to sit out.
No, when you transfer, you
they don't have
out.
to. Colleges said because of this COVID, if your school ain't playing the athletic year this year, because it's the Big Ten, I think, and SEC's only doing conference game. They're letting kids transfer without
if they team ain't playing.
If they team ain't playing, no, it's
or the conference ain't playing.
The rule don't say if this ain't playing, but they're allowing kids to transfer without violation, without having to sit out.
Well, I can see this year, but I'm saying like 2 years from now.
Bruh, I believe this is going to be in effect.
You ain't going to extend it for 2 years?
Yes, because anybody that opts out automatically gets a fifth year, no matter how long you stay in college. They get a fifth year. So like, say let somebody sit out, and like you said, a player came in and he's playing and he ends up starting,
and then you sit behind him for
a year. You still get an extra year to play college sports because of what's going on right now. So, like, it's not really the only thing is hurt.
Teams, when you start playing that extra year in your senior year, a lot of times they look at seniors and they say,
but
unless you're a quarterback.
But you said a lot of times. This is not one of them other times. This is a pandemic that we never seen. So they're going to have to judge this on a whole nother scale. Like, and all a player has to do is saying, I'm being judged wrong because of COVID. And that school is instantly going to get backlash. It's instantly going to get backlash for not being humane.
If somebody come in and take your job, you can't
No, not just take your job, saying, hey, I set out for a year because they gave me the option to, because I felt it wasn't safe. And because I felt it wasn't safe, I'm willing to let him sit in front of me, but I want my extra year. They're going to give it to him.
Yeah, but then you're also going to come out, you know,
you're just going to have to prove it.
Older and stuff. You get that extra year in
college. It don't matter. If you
know how they look at old rookies.
This is the thing. There's a certain level that you got to be on to get noticed without playing. Okay? So if you already know you on that level,
Yeah, it might not bother you. But
I'm opting out.
A lot of people need this college tape. I think that's who Dion talking to.
I don't think the ones that need it
like
are
Leonard
opting out.
Fournette. What's the dude, the defensive end that they were saying didn't even need? Was it Chase Young? Was that him?
Yeah.
Yeah, a couple. It's a few
From
cats where it's like they like, man, he don't even need to, you know what I'm saying, do college. He should just go right in. Yeah, you gonna have them guys, but that's like the top of the top of the top.
No, I ain't say don't need college. It's players that played like last year, and they're opting out this year.
Oh, you saying? Okay.
And then they're like is a cornerback for that played for Minnesota last year. He was an All-American. He opted out this year, and he's going into the draft next year. It's some players that don't need. He was on interview with was it First Take or something?
Yeah. His draft stock probably gonna be hurt a little bit by that because they're gonna say, okay, yeah, you're an All-American in college, but you also sat out a year.
But still, long as you still work, I
ain't saying he gonna get drafted. I'm just saying they gonna look at it because they always do when it happens. If you injury, whatever, you sit out a year.
It's not
you
the
lose
same.
A year.
Stop saying they always do.
Like, even if you get a drug suspension,
this is not the same,
bro.
What
was the dude that left to go do the school abroad for the year, the linebacker, Rolando McClain? They were saying that he was gonna be top 5.
It's not the same.
He took that year.
It's not the same.
I'm saying
you can't. No, you can't compare this. You
can say it's COVID because you said you sat out because it's COVID. That doesn't mean that I'm still gonna feel like you the same guy that never missed a year.
But you can yes, but they're not gonna be judged as that same guy from 3 years ago that sat out because of his grandma died. You know what I'm saying? It's not the same. It's like this kid was dedicated.
Yeah, 3 years ago. Yeah, I'm talking about the ones like you said that got some film. They're gonna sit out this year, and they probably gonna enter the draft after this year. Them the ones where they're gonna be like, you sat out a whole year of football. I mean, but that's any sport. If you sit out, it don't matter what the reason. If you sit out a year, people gonna be like, you can't just sit out at the highest level. It's very few that can sit out of anything at the highest level and come back the same.
All these kids coming in are gonna be COVID kids. All right. They COVID kids already. The generation has changed already because of what just happened. You're in the midst of a generational switch over. Now it's like if the world got bombed with radiation and all people died off and everybody was bald. Like all the people with hair died. It's a new generation of bald heads. Like we gonna be all symptomatic. Yeah, we all gonna be that. We all gonna have COVID running in our veins. Like eventually, so bro, it's a new day. It's a new day. You gonna be judged a whole different way after this. After this, they gonna. It's like when the Twin Towers got hit. If you had relatives or somebody close to that situation, you got some type of sympathy. I mean, I'm not saying that it wasn't justified, the sympathy and all that, because that's a fucked up situation. But a lot of people got like I had a cat when I was working. His auntie or something was in that area at the time, and she got plundered under the rubble and all that and was never found. I guess they found remains or whatever. Bruh, dude got like 2 months off paid at the gig. You know what I mean? It was a whole different scenario. Like this shit is, I mean, get me wrong, it's a lot of CEOs that think the shit fake. But even though you think it's fake, how you react to it is how you're judged by everybody else. You know what I mean? So if there was a boss that came out that said, like, say it was 200 people that requested off at GM because of COVID, and they all left at the same time, they'll still have their job because of what's going on. And like, if that job was known to have had a case of COVID, and they said, "Nah, we not going back until some shit happened." In another world, in another situation, they'll get fired. Like, hey, Fire, you talk to your union, we'll deal with that. But not now. That shit ain't happening, man. This COVID shit is making the world sensitive. It got America sensitive.
America been sensitive.
Man, this shit crazy, man. But the question I had asked, it was about kind of what Dion was saying. I asked it on Facebook. If your kid has a scholarship for a sport and the school threatened to take, if you didn't return to school due to COVID, would you change your mind and let them go play?
Okay, so what kind of kid, you know what I'm saying, do I got?
Any kid on scholarship, any kid on scholarship is a good ass sports player. It's a good athlete, period. Because he's going to school for free. All right? So if he's on scholarship, he's a top tier player. All right? Are you letting him go back? They threaten to take it. The sport and the school threaten to take it if you didn't return to school. Because they still playing. So basically your son probably plays for like one of these SEC teams that's gonna play all conference games, and he gotta go down to Mizzou, and they saying, "Hey, bro, we taking your scholarship and giving it to Joe Blow over here because he willing to come back for a year, and we taking your scholarship." And your son comes in there and says, "Dad, man, they said if I don't go back, they gonna give my scholarship to Joe Blow, man. And if I don't come back, what should I do?" What do you do?
Well, if it's basketball, I'm telling them, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. We'll enter the draft, see what happens. Because they gave you one 9 times out of 10, like you said, he a good athlete, so that means that other schools probably offer him a scholarship. So you saying as a freshman? So what if he's a freshman? That's what I'm saying. If he a freshman, I ain't gonna worry about it.
They ain't even seen him play. He's just a scholarship athlete. There's thousands of scholarship athletes that don't make the NBA.
That's why I said. What tier we talking about?
He's just a scholarship athlete.
That's good. Okay, so he's not the top tier, but good enough to get a scholarship.
Yeah, you good enough to get a scholarship. But scholarship athletes are very good.
No, I'm not saying like that. I'm just saying, certain
but
kids,
they're not guaranteed.
They don't have to play, and they still going top 10. They don't even have to play on that scholarship for that year. They still, like KD. He went, but KD didn't have to go and play at Texas.
Okay.
That's why I said, what tier we talking about?
That scholarship is needed.
Okay, so the scholarship is needed. He need to be. So he a scholarship kid, but not top tier to that point. Okay, if that's the case, then I'm gonna still tell him if he really concerned about it, and we had concerns about it before. You know what I'm saying? Now,
that's the reason you dropped out.
That's what I'm saying. Did we drop out, or did they just send it out and say, "Hey, for anybody thinking about dropping out"?
You opted out already,
and they came back and threatened us like that.
And they came back, and that's what they threatened you.
Okay,
saying.
See, I didn't know if the threat was after we opted out, or they were just sitting it out to everybody.
It was after you opt out. So they threatened you after you opt out.
Okay, well then, if that's the case, then I'm gonna tell them, "Hey, fuck them. Go get one of them other letters off the table, and we can talk to some of them other colleges."
Exactly. Yep. But so let's read some of the comments. Some people say, I agree with you. If we opt out of that motherfucker, you threatened me?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Nigga, you threatened me?
I didn't know if you did. I didn't know you talking about like it was like a press release.
I'm saying they gotta play for your damn school.
Yeah, I didn't know if you talking about like a press release, like anybody that's looking at opting out, here's what's gonna happen if you do.
All right. Adam Murphy said, no, my child health is more important. Michael said, no, fuck that school. We would be transferring and put them on blast everywhere. Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
GL said, hell no. Larry said, no. Darlene said, no. What's more important, life or death? Are you ready for it? Sad to say, this virus, you just can't take a chance with it until one of their children or grandchildren come up sick, and they have to listen for their every breath they take as if it was their last one. Then no, I would not. The kids will have to get over it. I agree. Like, it's no point of trying to force the situation. Like, I wouldn't even give a fuck if it was Duke, Harvard, whatever. Because if he got a scholarship to Duke, I guarantee you,
it's a lot of schools
he got about
take
10 more schools. It ain't got to be D1 majors that's going to take him. And all you got to do is prove it there. You know what I mean? Yeah, I would definitely tell that school, fuck you. Have a nice day.
I'm sure some phone calls might be getting made where they saying so like they ain't gonna put in no letter because you put that letter on social media, that school gonna be
it's gonna be a phone call
forever.
It's gonna be it's not gonna be nothing in writing.
Yeah, nothing traceable.
Yeah, they're gonna call. Hey, look, coach probably gonna be like, hey, look, this is what they telling me. Like, if you don't come back, they not giving you the scholarship. They giving it to somebody else. I'm on your side,
man. I'm fighting for you.
Yeah, that's exactly how they talk. When he the one probably saying, let's threaten the scholarship. He gotta come back. You know what I mean? I think it's probably some schools out there that's feeling like that because, especially for football, because football is a major cash cow for these schools.
Yes, sir.
And if they don't have the right personnel that's gonna make it extravagant like they usually do, it's not gonna be the same product. It's gonna be basically an elevated high school game. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And an elevated high school game is not gonna give you the ratings that you want. So I guarantee you they trying to get some.
Texas.
Yeah, Texas is football. They got that with
High
that
school,
last chance
is.
They got a lot of cats that's college ready now. Like, for real. All right, we're gonna get into one more song. Not one more. We're gonna have a lot more tracks coming up, but we're gonna get into another track and we're gonna switch topics a little bit. We're gonna bring some good shit to you. All right, stay tuned. Thank you for tuning in. The Spillover.
God rhythm.
Don't come at me slick, don't come at me slimy. Thinking you quick, I'm right on the side. Chin check you quick if you talking retarded. Washing that money, I clean it with oxy. Niggas is fake, y'all just a proxy. Point of discussion, you niggas imposters. Conscious is toxic, stacking them bricks in that building expanding. Choppers is land. Don't come at me slick, don't come at me slimy. Thinking you quick, I'm right on the side. Chin check you quick if you talking retarded. Washing that money, I clean it with oxy. Niggas is fake, y'all just a proxy. Point of discussion, you niggas imposters. Conscious is toxic, stacking them bricks in that building expanding. Choppers is land. I see you slick, I feel you slimy. You got to get from around me. Taking them trips to just staying at work. Clocking them numbers, they all adding up. Thinking you tough, you can get touched. Dropping these tracks and I'm dropping these bars. Reaching for me, you be reaching so far. Back on the road and I'm gonna take it now. Dripping so saucy, feeling real naughty. Nature is calling, I answer with caution. Start from the bottom, that's not a problem. My glass is clear, your glass is shattered. Your time is near, mine is in hands. Reckless behavior, yeah, this is my stance. Body advance, he on command. I'm on demand, having the bands. Drop you quick, listen to this. Look at it flick, the flick of my wrist. You cannot miss, I'm on the go. What I do is not for show. Who tryna blow, who tryna bro, who tryna go out of control. You know it's go, you know it's roll. Lickety split, it's quick, you know. Don't come at me slick, don't come at me slimy. Thinking you quick, I'm right on the side. Chin check you quick if you talking retarded. Washing that money, I clean it with oxy. Niggas is fake, y'all just a proxy. Point of discussion, you niggas imposters. Conscious is toxic, stacking them bricks in that building expanding. Choppers is land. Don't come at me slick, don't come at me slimy. Thinking you quick, I'm right on the side. Chin check you quick if you talking retarded. Washing that money, I clean it with oxy. Niggas is fake, y'all just a proxy. Point of discussion, you niggas imposters. Conscious is toxic, stacking them bricks in that building expanding. Choppers is land.
See, I'm hating on the tools we use for dough. Wanna see the street work or principle. I just seen the whole world just fall for low. Got the weed straight packed as different dose. And my team stay fresh from head to toe. Got the product straight locked, we on the road. And you know we just hitting the target. These markets is placed on the money. We running that bag on the low. I can't say nothing, this money is speak when the language. This case is so close to the goal. Jump for the pressure and straight out the fold. Seconds a ticket, flipping this shit like a tablet. My picture rotation, these flames just be blazing the flow. Down for the cause, got me taking the oath. Whipping the kitchen, turn Quaker to oats. Knocking you off if you rocking the boat. Fucking these bitches that's playing me close. Tensions is speaking, you doing the most. Time for the action is followed back clapping like we at the movies or something. It's lights out for niggas that fold. Seeing you smiling, but niggas ain't cracking no jokes. Rushing, we leaving them ghosts. Game ain't gon' never be sold.
Don't come at me slick, don't come at me slimy. Thinking you quick, I'm right on the side. Chin check you quick if you talking retarded. Washing that money, I clean it with oxy. Niggas is fake, y'all just a proxy. Point of discussion, you niggas imposters. Conscious is toxic, stacking them bricks in that building expanding. Choppers is land. Don't come at me slick, don't come at me slimy. Thinking you quick, I'm right on the side. Chin check you quick if you talking retarded. Washing that money, I clean it with oxy. Niggas is fake, y'all just a proxy. Point of discussion, you niggas imposters. Conscious is toxic, stacking them bricks in that building expanding. Choppers is land.
You a bitch, I see right through you telling lies, but I took the Ruger. Money on my mind, your misconceptions will get you touched, so don't you try me. I've been manifesting in the cosmos, say it's my timing. Believe the team is shining, cause I know they've been grinding. It's family I ride with, gon' say something to get you pop. The hating shit is toxic, it's bubbling down inside. It's family I ride with, gon' say something to get you pop. The hating shit is toxic, it's bubbling down inside.
Don't come at me slick, don't come at me slimy. Thinking you quick, I'm right on the side. Chin check you quick if you talking retarded. Washing that money, I clean it with oxy. Niggas is fake, y'all just a proxy. Point of discussion, you niggas imposters. Conscious is toxic, stacking them bricks in that building expanding. Choppers is land. Don't come at me slick, don't come at me slimy. Thinking you quick, I'm right on the side. Chin check you quick if you talking retarded. Washing that money, I clean it with oxy. Niggas is fake, y'all just a proxy. Point of discussion, you niggas imposters. Conscious is toxic, stacking them bricks in that building expanding. Choppers is landing. Stacking them bricks in that building expanding. Choppers is landing. Stacking them bricks in that building expanding. Choppers is landing. Choppers is landing. Choppers is landing. Stacking them bricks in that building expanding. Choppers is landing.
We back.
What's going on?
For it, man?
All right, so since we coming off sports and we know that these athletes are constantly, bringing up Miss Breonna Taylor and how the people involved in that situation haven't been charged. And side note from that, Oprah and her team are actually putting up 26 billboards in Louisville, talking about how she died and nobody's still been brought up on charges, but there's been a lot of articles floating around saying that this is actually a little bit more nuanced than people want to give it credit for. Everybody just saying bring up charges, but details that happen in the situation are causing issues with that. Because in Louisville,
whose details are you talking about?
The facts of the case. So in Louisville, Kentucky.
See, that's the part where shit gets sketchy. When a person, so one person says facts and the other person says this is the fact. Which is the fact?
Well, I think both sides said that her boyfriend at the time did actually shoot his gun first. Now, he stated he shot because he thought it was an intruder. Yeah, they thought it was an intruder breaking into the home.
Which he has right to
Which
do.
In Louisville, in most other states except for, I think, Washington, D.C. and Virginia, you can use deadly force against an intruder regardless of the level of threat.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what he's claiming, okay? And they also claim that, he shot first. So both sides saying he shot first. Now, he shot and he did hit an officer in the leg. Then from at that point is when they started shooting back, which is why they're claiming self-defense. They're claiming that he was the aggressor because he shot first, which he did and admitted to. And he's claiming that they were the aggressor because they broke into the house. So both of them are claiming that the other one was the aggressor and they were using self-defense. Now, he's saying they breaking in. They said, no, we didn't break in. We had a no-knock warrant, which doesn't require us to knock on the door and announce that we coming in. We're just coming in because her house was was involved in an investigation into in a narcotics investigation, which is true because her boyfriend before this dude was a narcotics dealer. He did live there with her. They did have him on tape picking up packages and stuff from that address and stuff like that. Now her family claiming, well, you know, that was probably like they actually had him, I think, a couple days before coming by there picking up packages. They like, oh, that could be shoes or whatever it is. So I mean, it was legit part of the case. I know a lot of people felt like they had the wrong house. They did not have the wrong house. That was the right house. It was involved in an investigation. The person that they was looking for did live there at one point. They did have him on camera going to their house just recently before then, and them two were dating. Now, whenever they broke up, you know, they don't state it because she has a new boyfriend and that's who shot. But that's where we at. Both sides are claiming the other one is the aggressor. In this situation, it's very hard to claim who the aggressor because they did technically, I guess, break in, but then they also didn't, because if you have a no-knock warrant, you can kick the door down. That's what no-knock means. It's not a break-in. They kicked the door in because they were looking for a known drug dealer in a case they had been investigating for, I think, the past year or so. So that's where they at with it. They saying it's harder than people think. Everybody just want to say, oh, you shot somebody that was innocent, you need to go to jail. But they claiming, well, we shot because it was dark, it was late, and we were shot at first, and one of our guys got hit. So that's where they at with it, man. They got to define who's the aggressor. Like I said, the laws there kind of muddy it up a little bit as well. So what you think?
I think they some bitch ass niggas for shooting a nigga in the bed, even if they thought it was him.
Well, I mean, they shot because they were shot at and hit. Like, it's not like he just shot in the air or something. He did shoot at them and he did hit one of them.
Bro,
if you an officer, like, it's officers out here shooting cats for basically nothing. So if they get shot at, they're gonna shoot back. I mean, I don't care how long you've been an officer. If somebody shoots at you, you're gonna shoot back. You're not looking to see, oh, who's in the bed. You got shot at. You don't know what's going on. You gotta protect your life.
It don't matter.
Now, I'm not saying they was, you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying they was right, don't get me wrong, but like I said, I can understand why you was shooting. If I'm walking in the house, you know what I'm saying, somebody shoot, I don't know where the shot came from. I know it's a dangerous drug dealer that I'm looking for that did live here. Then I bust up in there and I get shot at. I'm shooting. I'm not looking around in every room. I'm not finna try to, what's going on? Who's here? Like,
well, I mean,
I got a family too. I'm not finna do all that.
I think that's the issue of a no-knock warrant, though. So, if like this dude, okay, so her ex-boyfriend wasn't even no big drug dealer, okay? All right, petty crimes, okay? So the amount of force that they was on was unnecessary. What's the point of a no-knock warrant in the middle of the night? They're not ready anyway. So even if you knock on the door, yeah, they get ready, boom, boom. At least the interaction would be better. See,
who not ready?
All right, let's say it was really something going on in there.
Okay.
They came in the middle of the night. Okay. Chances are the people sleep. Yeah, they probably would have got their guns. It probably would have been a standoff. But that's a lot better than your team going inside a house, not knowing if it's 15 cats in there with guns. They could have been outgunned from the jump.
That's true.
Okay, so why even go through a COVID? See, I think the problem with our police force is they think they military. And all of them are ex-military, ex-veterans and all that. They think they're civilians that they go and protect every day are sometimes like the enemy when they go in somebody's house. Then just because you're going in there for a drug charge doesn't make that person your enemy. That makes that person somebody who's doing a crime and needs to pay for their crime.
Yeah, but you also gotta keep in mind, they just kicked the door in to go make the arrest. They got shot at. But
you're not listening to what I'm saying. The process of knocking a no-knock warrant is messed up. Why kick somebody's door down not knowing what's on the other side. Like I just said, it could have been 15 dudes laying there. Yeah, you would have shot 2 or 3, but if they all was strapped, nigga, your whole platoon was knocked. They was gonna get popped. Okay? So the mission was flawed from the jump. All right? So, and then second of all, why they wouldn't have got shot if they would have just, like a normal fucking warrant is issued. It's the police. We're out here. We're loaded. We're ready for you. So-and-so, please come out. Brianna could have been like, he don't live here no more. It could have been just solved a lot better.
But there's a lot of dangerous criminals that have been caught with no knock warrants. And there's been some criminals that got away because while you're knocking, saying you the blah, 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 they already got them a little escape route. They done slipped out.
It's an apartment. What criminals is getting out of an apartment that got one way out, 2 ways out, front door, back door, and all the windows is covered?
What did they ever say what floor it was?
Nah, they didn't say what floor. And even if it was on the second floor, where's he going?
You can jump down off the balcony.
If the police are watching the front and the back, where are you going? If all the windows and doors are covered, where are you going?
I guess we got to see the apartment building, see what it was.
Yeah, that would help too. But it was flawed from the jump, man.
But I actually think they did get rid of in Kentucky the no knock warrant after this. They either did it or they in the process.
Bro, it needs to go away. That's only harming. That's only going to cause harm to either the police officer or the person they going in for. Cause you going in just not busting somebody's door down, you might get your head blown off, man. Like for real.
That's
and yeah,
true.
you may kill me, but now you just lost an officer because you didn't kick somebody's door down. Like that, bro. That's why they have laws to where police can't enter your home without a warrant. That's why they have that shit established. Because even if they have a warrant, they still gotta knock and let you know, hey, I'm here to serve a warrant. Like, you can try to hide everything, but we surrounded your place and we're serving this warrant and we're coming in. So as soon as that door open, that's when you rush in. Because if they know the police is out there, they probably trying to hide shit and trying to say they ain't got nothing. Or if they do have something, they not going to answer the door and it's going to be a standoff. But then you got what you want anyway. You know the criminal's either in that house or hiding in that house and not answering you. So after a certain time, then you go to protocol. All right, now it's been a standoff for a minute. Nothing happened. Nobody's answering us. We need to go in. You call the SWAT people that's meant for that shit. Not no first year, 2 year, 3 year dude going there with a bulletproof vest.
I think one of them was a sergeant.
Wasn't the dude that got shot in the leg when he like 2 or 3 years on the force?
I don't know. He might have been, but I know definitely a sergeant went in there.
Bro, it just sounds like it was
Flawed from the jump, huh?
Yeah, it was a mission just to go in there and kill him from the jump, but they got fucked up because dude had a gun and shot him in the leg. Like it was a fucked up mission, and I wonder why wasn't the dude shot?
See, that's what I want to know. You know what I'm saying? Why they didn't shoot the guy?
That's because
maybe he shot and then got behind.
I think the story, the boyfriend said she was shot first.
I ain't heard that version. I heard that he heard them breaking in. He got the strap. He shot and he ended up hitting one of the officers. Then they started shooting. But most times, if you're a person with a gun, you shot. The first thing you're gonna do, you're gonna go straight into Black Ops mode. You're gonna shoot and you're gonna get behind something. So that might have been why he wasn't shot. He probably got behind something. So once they started shooting bullets up, they coming.
But still, how was it de-escalated?
It wasn't. It was only escalated because
how it had to be a de-escalation if he came out alive. Do you get what I'm saying?
Oh, okay, yeah. Well, it might have been some yelling or something like, "Hey," you know what I'm saying? Or they might have been like after they shot in there a few times, they're like, "Hey, come out with your hands up." He like, "All right, I'm putting the gun down." I mean, it's a lot of ways it could have went to. to de-escalate
Man,
it. But both of them shot on both ends. They didn't announce they self. Let me not put that on them because we don't know if they announced they self coming in. We don't.
Didn't.
We don't know if he not.
Bro, if you got a no knock warrant,
I mean, you can kick the door in, but you can still say, "Boom." You know what I'm saying? It's the police. You can kick. You kicking in. It's the police. You looking around. You know what I'm saying?
They kicked that motherfucker in shooting.
We can't assume. We gotta wait for all the facts.
They kicked that motherfucker in shoot in.
And then we don't know if the dude said, you know what I'm saying, hey, I got a gun, you know what I'm saying? If he gave them warning, you know what I'm saying? Like, hey, I got a gun, yada, 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 and then shot.
I don't think he warned them when he shot the motherfucker. Cause
I don't know. Like I said, in Kentucky, you can do that. It doesn't matter. They can come up with nothing, just coming in and steal the TV. You know what I'm saying? That you could use deadly force.
But that's what I'm saying. I don't think they warned them.
Yeah, that's where they are right now. Both are claiming the other ones to be aggressor, and based on the laws and the situation, it's hard to prove who the actual aggressor is. And she just actually just seemed like a person that was in the wrong place at the wrong time. That's really what her death is. You know what I'm saying?
Man, I think
but she was also dealing with, you know what I'm saying, somebody in that life for a long period of time. And it sucks to say, but when you deal with people in that life, you kind of are a part of that life. And that's what people be saying when they leave people like that and not want to talk to you like that. They be like, that right there, the Breonna Taylor story is why a lot of people don't like dealing with people in that life, because those are the type of things that can happen. Maybe not by the police. It could be by some other drug boys. Same exact thing could have happened. Some little stick-up kids could have came in there. Same exact thing could have happened. But that's what happens when you choose to deal with people in that life.
So you basically saying it's her fault she got killed?
No, I'm not saying.
Because she had a boyfriend.
No,
that
I'm
sold
not
drugs?
saying it's her fault, but I'm saying you can't leave it out of the realm of possibility. Like, you can't. It's like if you dealing with somebody that just dealing with somebody that's a drug dealer. You know certain things can happen. Just like if you deal drugs, you know certain things can happen. If you get shot or killed by somebody trying to rob you for your drugs, don't act like that. Oh my God, I never saw this coming. Or if you end up in jail for the rest of your life from selling drugs, you can't sit there and act like, what? I'm going to jail. What? How? That's just, like I said, that's just part of that lifestyle.
Man.
It could be the police. It could have been some rival drug, you know what I'm saying, drug cats that had some bad information.
I just think, man, that whole situation, somebody need to pay for that. Whoever shot her need to pay. Because you have to be held to a higher standard if you are a police officer. I'm sorry. Don't take the job if you don't want to be held on that standard. Like, don't do the job. Don't become a police officer if you don't want to be responsible for your accidents that may happen when you're an officer. Officers need to have Batman judgment. Like, for real. Like, you need to, I think they really need to go to school to become a police officer. You need to really do
they
more
do have some school, you know what I'm saying? That's what the academy and stuff.
Bruh, no. I had a
for.
friend become a police officer after 6 months of school. 6 months.
Well, how long you think it should be? 2 years, 4 years?
It'd take me 4 years to become. It takes me 8 years to become a doctor.
Mm-hmm.
Right? 8 years to become a doctor. 4 years to get a associate's. No, a bachelor's. 2 years for associates.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And that's just some bullshit course study. Now, they go to school for 6 months to handle a gun and deal with different type of psychology and mental problems and bro, they gotta be psychiatrists when they pull up to a domestic situation. They gotta know how to handle it. 6 months of school is not enough. That's not enough to understand, because you can't go to any school in America and become a psychiatrist in 6 months.
But and
or a counselor.
And you saying that I'm gonna tell you why it only takes 6 months, because it's hard for them to get people to take that job because of the risk versus what you pay. You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
versus what people expect from you.
I'm
But
sorry.
But then you also got people that
this needs to happen then. If you don't have enough schooling, you're fired, right? Everybody who does, you can stay on board, and you're gonna get a large amount of raise. Extreme.
Some equivalent to the job you're doing.
It's some equivalent to the job and responsibility.
How you gonna do that when everybody calling to defund the police?
Because
where the money gonna come from?
They're saying defund because what they use their funding for, buying cars like tanks, smoke grenades, and this is shit you buying to fuck up your own people. Like,
hey, you gotta have weapons in that job, though.
No, all you need is all you need is your brain to have that job. When a situation happens,
in certain situations,
no,
you act like it ain't no dangerous situations.
There's always dangerous situations, but the danger always comes when the bad guy sees a police officer with their gun drawn already.
Not all the time.
Yes, most of the time. Most of the time.
It be shootouts when they hear the police coming, they trying to get away because they know if I get caught, I'm going down for the rest of my life.
It's because of the way this system is. That person feels they're going to get lost in the system and there's no way out. Everybody's systematically set up
life.
Like that.
And
okay? If the situation was known, like, officers aren't here to use deadly force first. We try to de-escalate the situation first and not come in guns blazing.
It's not about the officers. Sometimes it's about not wanting to get caught and going down for the rest of your life.
No.
People will fight for their life if they think they're going down forever. If
you do the crime, you're going to do the time. So if you come in cross with an officer and you start shooting first, yeah, you getting shot. And that's what they're trained for, to use their guns to do deadly force when deadly force is against them.
They will use deadly force, the person, that criminal, if they've already, like if you kill somebody
But the reason we're mad at cops, bro, is because they do that to innocent people with no guns. Do you get the difference? They do that to people with no violent actions towards them. They escalate the situation because of they don't follow their ignorant ass instructions, or they don't follow. Bruh, when you was growing up, well, my mama told me, respect who respect you. Flat out, respect who respect you. So a lot of people get told this. Some people take it to the extreme. If the first time you
go ahead.
The first time you run into somebody, it should not be, respect who respects you. The first time you run into an officer, when they run into somebody, if they feel most police officers already feel like they control every situation. Like, all right, I'm on the scene. You got to listen to me. Everything I tell you to do. Like, they know all the fucking law. You can be a lawyer and tell an officer, you're wrong. You can't ID. What crime do you have? And they will tell you, oh, put your head behind your back. You don't know what the fuck you're talking. Like,
well, part of the reason they act like that is because they got to come in and control the situation, because most times when they get called, they like, you calling me because you can't control the situation. So I'm here to control the situation.
No,
now, you do get the Karens.
It's not, you're not getting called because you want to control. I need you to control the situation. You're getting called because I need a mediator for this situation before it gets hostile. That don't mean come in there and disrespect everybody that's involved.
And that's how you want it in a perfect world. I'm telling you, like, what they, you know what I'm saying, what's on their brain.
But that's the problem. That's not the mind of a counselor or a psychiatrist.
But they don't get paid for both of them jobs. Or to be a military person. That's wrapped up in one.
If you don't want to do that, don't take the job.
They don't. And that's why they're making it easier to become that. They like, okay, it used to be you had to go through training and academy. Now it's all the way down to 6 months.
See, you're trying to justify a reason why they don't.
No, I'm saying why we got bad cops.
The way the shit will change is if they don't be in the position to where they have the power.
You got to give If you want a better class of person to be the cop, you have to make it they benefit. Like you said, you want your cops. You want these great cops that's psychiatrists, that's counselors. They also got to be. They also got to be highly trained in combat. They don't get paid like that.
Bro, you ain't.
That's what that's what I'm saying. That's why they shitty. I'm not making a judgment why it's okay for them to do what they doing.
I'm giving you a map of how to change that. I said they need to go to school more and understand once you get out and become a cop, your pay is going to be way higher than what it is now. I just said that.
And I said, but they want them to defund. You know, they didn't say defund
and I
program.
told you,
they said defund the police.
Defund the police is meaning the shit they buy with their money is not beneficial to the public. They buy stuff to defend themselves against the public. They don't buy stuff like with the funds. They don't have a community event in a neighborhood that they have the most crime, and then it's simple shit like
that's what I'm saying. Who's going to determine what they spending on? Because they determine it based on what they care. Like, we only complain about the ones that we don't like. It's millions and millions of cases.
What determines what they mean is defunding. Okay, defunding don't mean don't give them no money. We know they need money to take care of what they gotta take care. More so of defunding as y'all don't control y'all funds. They shouldn't.
Who's going to control them? That's what I'm saying. Who's going to control them?
The governor, or governed by the people. What we have, a democracy.
I'm saying that's who control them now. It's not.
When they buy stuff for the police, that's not the governor, but who answers? The police chief answers to the governor. Yeah, it is the governor. He commissions funds to get shit what they need.
They turn in these worksheets. You know what I'm
saying? We need this. We need that. We need this.
And they justify it based on the types of cases that they do and stuff like that.
If we had an intelligent, if each state had an intelligent governor to say, hey, no, y'all don't need more weapons. Y'all don't need more of that. What y'all need to do is get in touch with your fucking neighborhood that you patrolling, to understand the kids that's coming up. Once you get in touch with the kids that's coming up that's finna be the criminals, and they respect you, the chances of them being a criminal are very slim. Because if I got a couple officers that used to fuck with us, like when we be outside and hooping, and they'll pull up, and let me get a shot, shit like that, or you see them around the block, man, what you doing? Like the officer that pulled up to the party, I don't know if you seen him.
I might have missed him. I don't think so.
He pulled up to the party. He was like, man, I'm finna take off my stuff and come down that slide with you, like shit like that. When you get guys like that,
you know what I'm saying, it's a lot of them.
If any of them officers was ever to get in a tussle to where they need my help, I might fucking help them. But if it was an officer that was, he's just driving down the neighborhood, hey, get out the road, hey, yeah, hey, do this.
Bro, I think a lot of officers are catching a bad rap for certain ones. Like you said, you know some of them, and the ones you know, I probably don't know, but I know a group that's just like that. You know what I'm saying? Just like what you're saying.
But that's the issue though, Reggie. That should be protocol to get involved with your community. It shouldn't be like, oh, you can be this way or you can be that way. It need to be instead of a quota for citations, it should be a quota for community reactions. A quota to who'd you meet today? Oh, so. Yeah, you. That will change a whole community.
Yeah, but before you do that, you gotta raise up their pay and raise up their benefits. Like I said, people are not finna be doing that for the money that they make, bro.
That's not a hard job. So you saying you saying you can't pull up to a group of black boys and say, "What's up, y'all? Y'all cool, bro? What's up?" You ain't even gotta be a dick, nothing. Man, what's your name? Man, I ain't on no fuck shit. You could be, cause you're a human being. You not a different species when you put on a uniform. You just like me, you walking up to a group of kids, having a conversation with them. But that's not what most of these officers feel. They feel when I have this on, I'm this, you're that, you're the enemy.
No, I don't think that's most. Bruh. I don't think that's most. Like I said, I think it's some. It's not most. 'Cause most of the ones that be doing a lot of these crimes people be talking about, it be the same fucking officers. They got a very long history doing the same shit in a lot of cases. And then that one or two officers,
Bruh,
now the whole department got the black eye because of a small group. If it's 50 police officers in there and 5 of them are fucked up, it's not the department.
Who says this? It's a famous quote. It's not famous, but the Poo Poo King says this. What the fuck is that?
I don't know.
All right, we don't know what the fuck that is, but if I lost my train of thought. Okay, the Poo Poo King says this. All right, what's more of a crime is not the people who do it; it's the people who know it's being done and don't do nothing about it.
Yeah, but again, a lot of them people don't know nothing about it. Why? Because they feel like, ain't my job. That's police job. You know what I'm saying? People see shit going on all the time, but they like, hey, ain't my business. Police gotta take care of that.
You say what?
I said, like you said, the people that know what's going on and do nothing about it, that's regular people. That ain't
No,
cops.
I'm not. See, that's not regular people.
That know something's going on and don't know nothing about it? Or you talking about, okay, you going back to if the officers know that it's a particular officer doing something wrong and they don't do nothing.
The code of the blue. The code of the blue.
You know, you got for somebody.
What's worse? Somebody that knows some shit is going on and how he's treating community, giving you a bad name, but you letting it keep going on. That don't mean I'm not finna. If we partners in a business and you stealing from the employee, that's a bad example. If we're partners as in assistant coaches or whatever, all right, and you're stealing money from the pot, I'm not just gonna turn my head and say, hey, yeah, I know he doing it, but nah, no human being will do that unless you are doing it too.
No. Yeah, they do. That happens in every facet of life. Where people know somebody doing
That's
something and they're like, I'm not finna get in it. That's why I said it's regular people too. You said no.
But because we're talking about police right now. We not
the police, when they take the uniform off, they regular people. Because they put the uniform on, they not gonna say,
oh my God, Reggie,
I need to be something totally different. They still
you
regular
have
people.
to be something different. You
want them to be something different.
You have to. Bro, a police officer can come and shoot you right now. Come and shoot you right now and get off on it. A regular person can't do that. They're going to go through all types of trials and all types of shit. They're not regular people when they put a uniform on.
No, they can't just walk up and shoot
Yes,
you
they
right
can.
now,
If they don't have no camera or nothing, it's going to be hard to convict them. That's why we going through this shit with Breonna Taylor now. All right? It can happen. You can get popped and get dropped and not be cared about. It happens to a lot of Americans every day.
Yeah,
okay?
That also, I know that's what I'm saying, but you can do that when you're regular people. I had my cousin shot on Coke Brilliant.
But what you're saying is, what I'm saying is, a person getting shot,
killed,
a person getting killed, and
with no
the
camera.
person that killed them actually saying, "Yeah, I killed them." They not getting off.
But they ain't gonna say that.
No, a officer can. That's my point I'm trying to make. An officer with that badge is damn near a license to kill when justified by your discretion. By their discretion, I mean. When it's justified by their discretion. Because they know if I kill him, it's my word against his. And I can say I did it. Yeah, I did it. He tried to shoot me. I thought his phone was a gun. That's literally, they got a whole protocol.
That has happened.
They got a whole protocol. That's all they got to say. Or I felt my life was, Oh, that's the biggest one. I felt my life is in danger. Because if a cop feels their life is in danger, what can they do?
And that goes
lethal force.
Back to your lawmakers, to the people that put the legislature. Officers didn't put it in place. It was the governors, the Senate, all these branches of government that agreed upon that stuff to allow them to do that. Officers don't make their own rules. The rules get made for them, and they take advantage of them. If you want to be mad at their rules, you got to be mad at the people that's in power that make the rules. You can't get mad at the people that's playing by the rules. You got to go to the head of the snake. You know what I'm saying? The officers are the body. The head are the ones. They didn't give their rules to themselves. They didn't give, if they feel like it's deadly force, you know what I'm saying, or they feel like their life was threatened. They didn't make that law up. Officers don't make laws. You know what I'm saying? They don't make their own code of conduct. That's set in place for them, just like they budgets are set in place for them. You got to go to the head. You got to go to the people that's allowing this at the top. Going to the officers is like going to badass kids and not the parents. You got to go to the parents.
That's obvious.
That's the only way you're going to fix it. Telling the officers
that's obvious,
pull
bro.
Up and meet
that was my whole point about the governor.
That's who you got to go to. You can't defund the police. You got to invest. They're gonna have to get more money.
See what you said. What I just said, defund the police don't mean don't give them no money. Defund the police means stop letting them allocate their own funds.
They don't, though.
They do.
The governor, when he approves it, that's him allocating the funds.
Bro.
Budgets work like this. You can write whatever you want on it, but once it's reviewed, you can say, no, I don't want that. No, that's not cool. I don't like that.
But it doesn't work like that.
I don't know budget that doesn't work like that.
No, it works as that format, like you just described. Bro, what? It works like that, but man, why? All right, we're gonna go to a music break, man. I'm gonna be back, Richie. We're gonna go to a music break. Hold on real quick. We're gonna play You and Me, produced by Taylor Made.
You know this one right here is for you, baby. It is. This is you and me. You know who you are to the end.
Taylor Made.
Yeah. Lego.
Shorty, tell me you love me, and I'ma do the same.
Yeah.
Shorty, tell me you care, and I'ma show you things. Shorty, tell me you love me, and I'ma do the same. It's just me and you, and that ain't never change. Oh, shorty, tell me you love me, and I'ma do the same. Shorty, tell me you care, and I'ma show you things. Make your love leave, watch it boomerang. It's just me and you, and that ain't never change. Oh, shorty, tell me you love me, and I'ma do the same. Shorty, tell me you care, and I'ma show you things. Make your love leave, watch it boomerang. It's just me and you, and that ain't never change. Oh,
I know the world's getting small, but your heart's bigger. When you don't jump, that's when you fall quicker. I know you're tired of dealing with them false niggas. I mean false dudes. Go and guard your heart, go on. You need your candle lit, but let me spark you. All these dudes is funny, like a cartoon. Your old man was an ex, you need a check, girl. And I never do cuffs, but take a rest, girl.
shorty, tell me you love me, and I'ma do the same. Shorty, tell me you care, and I'ma show you things. Make your love leave, watch it boomerang. It's just me and you, and that ain't never change. Oh, shorty, tell me you love me, and I'ma do the same. Shorty, tell me you care, and I'ma show you things. Make your love leave, watch it boomerang. It's just me and you, and that ain't never change. Oh,
You saw her lean on me, come and girl, lean on me. You want someone real to fulfill your needs. One hand, one ring, yeah, I'm on my knees. I'm here to give you pleasure, so just say please. Real love never dies, that's the truth, girl.